These are the notes for Module I, Unit 1, Lesson 1. The topic is motion and speed. The essential question says, how are distance, time, and speed related? By the end of this lesson, you should be able to analyze how distance, time, and speed are related. You've got two learning targets. The first is, I know and can use the formula to calculate speed. And the second is, I can create a distance-time graph. So those are the two things we'll be focusing on in the lesson. There are 6 vocab words in this lesson. The words are position, reference point, motion, speed, vector, and velocity. And truthfully, we deal with speed all the time. You're aware of how fast you drive a car, how fast you ride on your bike. You know that in order to beat someone in for recess, you have to run faster than them. So in this lesson, we're working with something that's familiar, and we will be learning how to calculate and how to display it on a graph. The notes today are pretty simple. The formula to solve for speed is speed equals distance divided by time. So we can shorten that to S equals D over T. And the SI unit for speed is meters per second, which is written M/S. Speed can also be measured in things like miles per hour or kilometers per hour. And then on a distance time graph, you need to label the parts of the graph. It's already drawn in your notes for you. So time is along the x-axis. That's usually graphed in seconds. Distance is on the y-axis, the up and down axis, and that's measured in meters. And then speed is the slope of the line through the center, so that's meters per second. And then you learned earlier this year that for every graph you need a title and you would need to label the axes. But basically the learning target is just that you would be able to locate these different things on a graph or put them in the correct place. So time is always the x-axis. Distance is always the y-axis. And then also in the lesson, it talks about velocity. That's one of your vocab words. Velocity is what we call a vector. So that means the measurement that has both size and direction. So when we look at the speed of an object in meters per second, if we also add the direction it's traveling, like driving 60 miles per hour southwest, then it's considered a vector. So the primary difference between speed and velocity is that velocity also includes a direction. Those are the notes for Mod I, Unit 1, Lesson 1.